Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. You own me. Next time I come to that hardware,
Yeah.
I just get what I need and walking out.
Was it like about a 6-page bio?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, remove all hats, and place your right hand on your heart for the playing and singing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. It will be conducted by Ms. Roble, director of our Cardinal Marching Band. Our colors tonight are being presented by members of the New Bremen Cub Scouts.
You're going to be up here the whole time?
Yeah, I'm running this thing.
How you know, like if there's have to adjust the clock, what you have to do? You go to clock and edit, I know that. Just clock edit.
I know that part.
You hit clock and then something comes up. Okay, well, let's try it. Let's try it.
What's up, guys?
Put the time in there then.
Not much. Little.
And I can't.
Did they do a coin toss?
No, I didn't see
They
you.
did, but I didn't even see how it works.
Yeah. Yeah,
At the end of, well, Chris, right before kickoff, it'll be a strong. It's 10 minutes, right? That's what the sense for the first quarter. It's 12 minutes.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bremen Cardinal Stadium
All you gotta do is it
for
starts
the
now.
last game of the 2020 regular season. Tonight, the Bremen Cardinals play host to the Versailles Tigers. The Versailles Tigers are under the direction of head coach Ryan Jones. Cardinals are coached by head coach Trish Schmidt. The officials this evening are referee Chris Beckstead, umpire Jerry Everly, line judge Mike Holtapple,
I'll just watch.
I'm supposed to put
head
this in.
linesman Harold Hitchcock,
Just
and back
basically
judge Dwayne Hammond.
Stop, right? Yeah. That's all you gotta look for, gas, right?
I'll try to help you out on yardage.
I'm trying to help you out on
So is that done?
I'm going to call Bill when we get started and see if he can hear them or if he can hear us.
You can have it, I'm done with it. Sure. Yeah, you can have it, thank you. Yeah, no problem.
Like I said, I don't usually like to referee, so I don't know if Chris is but you can just putting that in.
So I can see out there a little bit. Sometimes it's harder to see where the ball is, if the quarterback keeps it, or
If it's going through, we gotta watch the video.
Yeah.
I heard one again from you on the road.
Do you talk or do you?
we both do. I do more talking.
There's children.
It keeps the socks a little bit after the play.
He went to school and he
Did you guys see the point?
I did. I know I zoomed in on when they went out there, but I didn't watch it.
Can you rewind?
No, because I never hit record.
What's that?
I said no because I never hit record.
You need really intense, right?
So do you stand the whole time? Do you stand?
I do usually, yeah.
You got
Sit there, you want it. Sit there.
Was this from last week's?
Pardon me?
I tried to sit down.
Was this from last week's season?
Yeah, it was a Versailles player that got interviewed. His dad's over there. I was hoping to see him, but I'll see him afterwards.
Did you go to the Army volleyball game last Saturday?
Yes.
I was gonna say, I was watching on the NFHS and I could hear Will in the background. And we're trying to get cheers going.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. I helped do the field. I said, I was in trouble. This year I had Jerry Heaton get me, so I sent him a message. Hey, Jerry, did you get a message up? So, use me off the building. Don't put up. I was going to say, I can put Bart Simpson in no dude.
Is there a volume on this camera that I can turn down so they can't hear
Oh,
anything around?
shoot.
They're not on right now. They're kind of waiting for the game.
That was a 3 minutes.
Tickets the opposing team get 2 per athlete, probably 2 to 4 per athlete. Pretty ridiculous. 6
About 30 seconds will be going on.
Nowhere close to that.
They get more than that.
Okay.
2 to 4 per athlete. They probably keep everything going here.
Every game, it's like, I think it's just
To be honest, you could put more people.
Whatever you
And if you think about it, you go every other row over there,
Thanks.
you could put more people, but it's what the rules are.
Brian put 6,000 in, even times you put 8,000. We put 20,000 in there. And separated.
Good evening and welcome back to New Bremen. The 3-2 Cardinals play host to the 4-1 Versailles Tigers. Scott Ward with the hands this evening. Glad you could join us on 97.5 and on WTGR.com. And tonight, the Tigers and the Cardinals. Let's take a look at your officials here tonight. Our referee is going to be Chris Beckstedt. Umpire is Jerry Everly. Our line judge will be Mike Polsappel. Head linesman Harold Hitchcock. And our back judge is Dwayne Hag. We send it to Tim Orchards for our keys to tonight's ball game.
Take a look at our Layfield Industrial and Welding Supply keys to the game. Key number 1 tonight is the Tiger offensive line.
I usually had one, but
Cardinals have only
I
allowed
kind of
29 rushing yards
most
this
of the
season.
holding
We just heard
passes.
Coach Jones has interviewed that they are very solid against the run, and that is one of
I have one. I
Tigers'
think it's in my
big
car.
strengths
I
of
left
this
it at
team
home.
throughout the
Usually
season
someone
has
leaves
been
one
their
up there
ability to
every
run
year.
the football. Key number 2 tonight is to win the turnover battle. The Cardinals come into this game plus 10 on the season. Tigers have plus 4. To beat a veteran senior team, it would take everything solid. Don't find out who the game. Don't get hurt. This year, not the final game of the season. The Tigers game of Cardinals will be moving on to the season in 2 weeks. It's very important to get there and help the man. Our Layfield Industrial and Welding
The
Supply.
official thing on the backside.
We're not sure who won the toss exactly.
I believe that
Can you see the football team
toss
entering the game?
referred to the second half. Tigers will be defending this coast.
So this game,
Okay, but you can hear
I guess you did
conversations
see
in
it.
the background yet?
Yeah, it's good numbers like that now. But Tim didn't tell us. So, Tigers in their road white jerseys, white trimmed in orange.
Okay.
Bremen in their crimson colored jerseys. White numbers trimmed
Okay,
in yellow.
got it.
They'll wear the white pants. Tigers have the traditional
Okay,
black
sounds good.
pants. They are walking out. The Cardinals aren't. Tigers are on their sideline
Next
ready
week,
to
we
go.
have a bye.
And the Cardinals are walking across the track and ready to go here as
Yes,
well.
we play.
Well, cool night for high school football, but boy,
Right now.
it turned out to be a pretty nice night here.
Okay, right now, they're
Wind,
just-
wind. We thought that was earlier, but the wind is coming down according to our
Sounds
flag,
good.
which is off to our right
Alright,
side.
change anything
Well,
on
neat perspective, they put the numbers of the seniors on the field.
Cardinal fans, let's make some noise! Here are your 2020 Cardinals! So it begs the question, are you allowed to play on the game next week if you have a bye? But I was talking to Bill Meekamp just a little bit earlier, so.
Cardinals will take in taking the field.
Barkley doesn't have a bye.
To
Fort
bring
Recovery
you
has
week
a bye,
number
so you can
6.
play them.
Tigers again got a bye,
But then you
and
take
will
that-
not play next week. Talked
you
to
beat
athletic
Lehman,
director Scott Borman.
the winner of the Lehman
And
game,
they will
then you
not
play
be
the
playing
winner of
next
St.
week, so we'll
Edwards.
have a home game in 2 weeks from tomorrow night. They will play on Saturday at 7 o'clock. If the Tigers can win that one, they'll have another home game after that. If they win that, they'll go on the road.
You just
Of course, WTGR will be there to bring it for you. The Tigers are going to kick off. They'll kick off right to left on your radio dial. And teeing it up for the Orange and Black will be Alex Kaiser. Back deep for the Bremen Cardinals. Zach Dickey.
Number 13, Alex Kaiser to kick off for the Tigers. Back deep for the Cardinals will be number 28, Zach Berkey.
And also put in front of him Wyatt Dickey, number 4. And number 9, which will be Trevor Bergman. Tigers again kick it right to left on your radio dial.
If you get your eyes, if you can see the tackle,
We are underway. Line drive is going to be filled on the far right side by Bergman. He's at the 25, to the 30, 35, and just across the 35 down to the 36-yard line is where New Bremen will start their opening drive here in week number 6.
Number 9, Trevor Bergman receives the kick.
He stays along the left half. Tigers were able to corral him. Nice return.
He'll take it out. He's brought down by number 38, Chase Dietrich. Cardinals will start first and 10 from their
will be the signal caller tonight. So they'll go up underneath, nope, from the shotgun again for Hayes. He's got Dickey off to his right. Gonna turn, fake the handoff, roll to the near side. He's looking, still got looking, and he throws it. He coming back and making the catch at the 47-yard line. Making the catch is going to be number 19, Kyle Tinkman, and he's able to get enough for a first down.
Hayes able to roll out, extends the play towards the Cardinals sideline. Good coverage by Carson Bay in the flats of the Tigers. That took away that first option for the Cardinals, but they get a first down on their first play.
They will put again one wide receiver each way. Turn, give this one to Dickey. He'll go left tackle and across 50 into Tiger territory before he's going to be brought down, and he gets down to the 49-yard line.
Actually looked like that was Zach Berkey, our ball carrier on the play. He's able to take that off the left tackle for the New Bremen Cardinals. Picks up half the yardage for a new set of downs on first down. Cardinals looking good here on their first 2 plays.
I'll give them a carry of 4 on that, and they'll bring 2 to the near side. Again, Hayes, the quarterback, has Berkey off to his right, going to give it to him. He goes up the middle. Braden Key and Taryn Tile able to bring him down at the 46-yard line.
Give him a pickup of 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. New Bremen continuing to stay with that same formation. The H-back on the wide side of the field along with the 2 wide receivers. Tigers going man coverage out there in the flats. Alex Kaiser, your outside linebacker, to the wide side of the field for Versailles, joined by cornerback Eli McEldowney.
All right, we've got it figured out the sound-wise better. They plugged it into the right portion. They're going to give it and on a sweep to the near side of Bergman, and he is going to be right at the stick. It was number 4, Wyatt Dickey. That 4 and 9 look real close. It's Dickey, and they give him enough for a first down.
3 yards. He makes the line to gain. Wyatt Dickey's first carry of the night. And they were going to measure, but the chain gang already moved the chains. First and 10. It's a way to steal one, I guess.
Yeah. And the funny thing is the down to go is already saying he's got 4th down. So a little misconfusion. 2 wide receivers go to the far left. They're going to put a man in motion. That is Dickey. And rolling to his left is Hayes. He'll throw, and he's down at the level of the ankles to Zach Berkey. It's incomplete, and it brings up 2nd down.
Tigers blitz both middle linebackers, Chase Dietrich and Lucas Stammen on the play. They're able to penetrate through that line of scrimmage, force Mitchell Hayes out of the pocket to the wide side of the field. The Cardinals continue with that set with the 2 wide receivers to the wide side of the field. The blitz forces the quick pass and incomplete.
10:15 remaining in the first quarter play. Opening drive for the Cardinals. Wide receiver goes each way. Hayes with Berkey off to his right. Going to turn, give it to Berkey. He'll cut back up toward the middle. The Tigers there to bring him down at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2.
Trey Mills does a nice job right defensive end for the Tigers. He forces Berkey back into the middle of the field. Linebackers are able to collapse quickly. Pickup of 2 for the senior running back.
folks are wondering if this game is available to be watched, you can go to my Facebook page, but also NKTelco, and it will cost you $10 to see it there, but you can watch this. A lot of folks have been asking about that. 3rd and 8. They'll put in motion. Rolling to the left is Hayes. He looks, he fires across the body, and the pass is too high and incomplete. Pass was intended for Kyle Tinkman, and it brings up 4th down for the New Bremen Cardinals.
Play gets three options at receiver going towards the sideline on different levels for Mitchell Hayes, and the player in the flat, Zach Berkey, served there as a decoy. Tinkman coming across the field is who Hayes elected to go to, just a little too high, and the 2 incompletions there looks like will now cause New Bremen to punt.
Can't see the numbers. He stands literally right in front of me for the punt. And the punt is high, and it's a spiral. Eli McEldowney runs and makes the catch and quickly dropped at about the 18-yard line. The punt was 45, Colin Mueller, and Eli McEldowney able to return it out to the 18-yard line.
After a couple first downs, Tiger defense is able to stop the New Bremen Cardinals. They were able to pick up 23 yards on that initial drive, 12 on the ground and 11 through the air. Carson Bailey, junior quarterback for the Tigers.
Jack Osborne will be in the backfield. Wide receiver going to go each way. They'll also put in the slot on the far side, Alex Kaiser. Bailey puts Garrett in motion to the far side, and Carson Bailey will take it and give it to Osborne. He'll look out to the right side. He cuts it up and into a second gear, but he loses the ball, and it's picked up by New Bremen. Taking it down the far side and going to be tripped up at about the 5-yard line is Kyle Tinkman. He recovers the Jack Osborne fumble, and New Bremen, who was already plus 10 in turnovers, adds one more to it.
Tinkman, Johnny on the spot, picks it up. Fortunately for the Tigers, he's not able to take it to the house, but after a nice set there on defense for Versailles, Osborne had a seam on first down. Looked like he had picked up 5 or 6 yards, but the ball comes free, and New Bremen a huge chance here in the early going with 9:20 to play in the first quarter.
Ball placed at the Tigers' 17-yard line. Hayes from his shotgun. Dickey off to his right. Going to take it. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw across the middle, and it's caught. And then he fumbles it. And it is recovered by the Tigers' Jacob Carmen. A hard hit if the ball was fumbled by what looks to be number 88, Dan Holman, a 6'2 senior. And the Tigers get the tournament right back. Or the ball right back off the turnover.
Not how either head coach was envisioning the start of this game. A little sloppy by both teams here in the early going. Fumbles each way. That time Dan Holman able to beat Alex Kaiser immediately in the slot. Was wide open, had an opportunity to score, but fumbles right at the goal line. And the Tigers very fortunate to avoid that.
Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. I'm not sure who made that hard hit, but Tigers were able to get to it. Bailey drops back, going to throw it near side. Jared DeMange makes the catch at the 25-yard line, a 5 yards, and makes it 2nd and 5.
We'll square out for Versailles. Be first completion of the night for Carson as he hits senior wide receiver Jared DeMange.
Ball placed at the 25, so it's a 5-yard catch. And Tigers will have another opportunity here on 2nd down. Jack Osborne's not in the backfield. It'll be Landon Henry. Wide receiver each way. Tight end is Kaiser on the far side. Rush the center. Sends it back. They'll give it to Henry on the right side. It's Bay keeping it himself. And he will get about a half a yard. And it'll bring up 3rd down for the Versailles Tigers.
New Bremen with that 4-4 set, a little bit of a wrinkle. Their defensive ends do not put the hand in the dirt. They stay standing up, probably to give them a little more ability to be able to cover the edge of the defense. And it's worked so well throughout the season so far, as we've been able to see from New Bremen's stats and how they've done a nice job on the defensive side of the ball. 3rd and 5 here for Versailles.
Double wide receivers go each way. Bay with Garrett off to his right. Drops back. Going to go a quarterback draw. 25-30 to the near side. Enough for a first down. 35. Breaks the tackle. 40, 45, 50. And he's going to be brought down into New Bremen territory at the 49-yard line. Carson Bay able to go to the quarterback keeper, broke a tackle near the 40 and pushes it into Cardinal territory.
25-yard run for the Tigers' first down of the night, and the Tigers have done a nice job throughout the season with that action, the little draw play for Versailles, and Carson shows off his legs once again.
Tigers will have it in 49-yard line. They'll put Garrett in motion from near side to far. Ball snap back. Bay wasn't ready for it. He's going to drop back on it at the 36-yard line. Caleb Rush snapped it back, and a little miscommunication, him and Bay, and it will be a loss for the Tigers.
14-yard loss for the Tigers on the play, and sloppy here in the early going on the offensive side of the ball. So far, the Tigers in their 2 possessions have fumbled the ball twice now.
And now 2nd and 23, they'll call it. 2 wide receivers make it trips to the far right. Demange isolated on the near short side. Bay from the shotgun. And Tigers movement. Boy, miscommunication right now for the Tigers. This is a 5-yard penalty, and it'll make it 2nd and about 28.
Tigers need to clean it up here. Center Rush seems to be kind of in his own head, and after missing the going early on the previous play, and now everybody else moved on the second play.
Tigers have it now again back to the 32-yard line on a 2nd and forever. Bay going to roll to the far right. Pump fake. He's going to step, throw across. He's got an ankle down. He's out at the Tiger 44-yard line. It will be a gain of 12 for the Tigers.
Nice job by McEldowney and by Bay. It looked like he was going to be corralled in the backfield. Able to pick up 12 yards. But still a big chunk left for the Tigers if they're going to pick up a first down on this series.
After having such a huge run by Carson Bay at 25 yards. Trips coming to the near wide side of the field. Bay with 1 wide receiver to the right. Going to drop straight back. Looks down the middle of the field. Steps up, throws, and it's picked off at the 43-yard line. Bringing it to the near side. That is Wyatt Dickey. Dickey returns it, and Tile brings him down, but not before he's able to return it to the 27-yard line. The 2nd turnover on the Versailles Tigers.
2 drives, 2 turnovers, and very sloppy here in the early going for the Tigers. Dickey drops back into that zone coverage. Carson Bay trying to find Landon Henry out of the slot, open in the middle of the field. Dickey reads it nicely and uses his speed to take it down inside Tiger territory once again. New Bremen sets up shop at the Versailles 27.
It'll be a wide receiver each way. Within the backfield, Mitchell Hayes. He'll turn and going to keep it on the quarterback keeper himself, and he gets across the 25 down to the 24-yard line for Mitchell Hayes, a carry of 3.
Braden Keel does a nice job forcing Hayes back into the middle and being able to wrap up the quarterback's legs. Mitchell Hayes falls forward for a 3-yard gain.
So 2nd and 7. Coach Ryan Jones working the sideline. Not very happy, obviously, here in the early going. 2 wide receivers to the far left, 1 to the near side. They will put Dickey in motion. Going to roll that way as Hayes. It's a quarterback keeper. Trey Mills coming in after him, and he's able to bring him down. He'll get about 2 yards. Trey Mills able to bring Dickey down. Mitchell Hayes on the carry of 2.
Trey Mills has done a nice job. The defensive line has probably been the bright spot for the Tigers here in the early going. Mills able to get off of his block, chase Hayes down. Help from outside linebacker Alex Kaiser, who now moves back to the wide side of the field along the New Bremen sideline for the Tigers.
3rd and 5, 4-down territory for the Cardinals. Wide receiver goes left. Tigers bring the blitz. They'll throw a screen play, and boy, it's set up perfect. They'll get it to Zach Berkey. 10, 5, and he is inside the pylon for a 23-yard touchdown pass. It'll go from Mitchell Hayes to Zach Berkey, and the New Bremen Cardinals get on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard first. 5:19 remaining here in the first quarter of play.
New Bremen picks up the blitz nicely, and the Tigers do not account for Zach Berkey coming out of the backfield. He's able to take advantage on a 23-yard touchdown.
The extra point going to be attempted here by the New Bremen Cardinals. The kick is up, and the kick is going to be good. That is by Owen Gable. And with 5:19 remaining in the first quarter play, New Bremen jumps out on the Tigers early, 7-0 on WTGR. We're back. It's actually 6-0. They call false start on the New Bremen Cardinals, so 6-0. That'll back them up 5 yards, and Owen Gable will have another opportunity here. Holding the ball will be David Holman. The kick is back, and the Tigers block this one up the middle. They're able to get it. Chase Dietrich was one of them right there for the Tigers, so the false start is big as it takes a point off the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard. 5:19 remaining in the first quarter play. New Bremen 6, Versailles 0 on WTGR.
Back to the Tigers will be number 4.
We're back here at Cardinal Stadium, 6-0. They lead. It was a 3-play drive, 27 yards, minute 12 off the clock. 23-yard touchdown pass from Mitchell Hayes to Zach Berkey after the Carson Bay interception, which was done by Wyatt Dickey. Set to kick off will be Hunter Schaefer, and the sophomore puts it end over end. They'll kick it to the near side. McEldowney fields it at his 8. Near side 15 to the 20, 25, and that'll be across the 25 down to what looks to be about the 27-yard line for the Tigers.
20-yard kick return for Eli McEldowney on the play. And Tigers have done a nice job throughout this season being able to deal with adversity. When they've given up a score, more times than not, the offense has been able to answer and come back and put together a solid drive. And so far, the Tiger offense tonight has had a very poor showing after such a strong game in Week 5.
Tigers will bring 2 wide receivers to the near short, 2 to the far right. Bay has Garrett off to his left. Now he's going to call a little different play from the shotgun position. Turns, quarterback draw. He falls right up the middle of Garrett. He'll get to the 29-yard line. There'll be a gain of 2 for Carson Bay.
Tackle on the play by number 72. Hunter Williams does a nice job as a defensive tackle there for the Cardinals. Another one of their seniors, 6 foot, 260 pounds.
Second and 8 for Versailles. McEldowney and Mills will go to the right. Demange comes near side. Garrett, that fullback, H-back for the Tigers. In the backfield, it's Henry. And Bay from the shotgun. Turns, fakes the handoff, looks right. He's going to air it out across the middle. Eli McEldowney is hit hard. He had the ball, and he gets drilled from the backside. David Holman able to connect with him, a 6'1 sophomore, and it drops to the turf, and it's 3rd and 8.
McEldowney had a step on him. The ball was delivered on time right into McEldowney's chest. Typically one of the most sure-handed receivers that the Tigers have, but that time the junior loses the handle on that as he's hit by sophomore cornerback David Holman.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Versailles. And Tigers at their own 29-yard line. Mills near side, 2 wide receivers to the right. Bay going to roll to the right. He's got time. He's going to step up, and he is going to be, the ball is fumbled again, I think. And no, he kept it himself, but he loses yards back to the 25-yard line. And a loss of 2, and it brings up 4th and 10. Actually, excuse me, he'll lose more than that. It's back to the 25, about a 4th and 12.
4-yard loss for Carson Bay on the play. Dan Holman with the sack for New Bremen. Tigers' struggles on the offensive side of the ball continue.
Berkey, one of the Cardinals back, as is Tinkman McEldown with a great punt. Adam Kramer quickly fields it after the first bounce. Maybe it would have had to roll a little farther, but Kramer was right there. He'll down at the 41-yard line with 3:55 remaining here in the first quarter of play. The Cardinals with a 6-0 lead.
34-yard kick by Eli McEldowney, and now the Tiger defense expected to do a lot here. They need to keep this to a one-score game against a very tough New Bremen squad. New Bremen comes back with twin wide receivers to the wide side of the field.
And I'll give it to Berkey. He cuts it to the near side, and he's able to stretch out to the 48-yard line and gain a 7 for Zach Berkey.
First times that New Bremen's found a big gain on the ground, and that time Berkey gets off the right tackle, and he's able to pick up 7 yards on the play.
Second and about 3 for the Cardinals. Ball on the near hash, placed at the 48-yard line. Berkey off to the right of Hayes. 2 wide receivers coming to the near side. They'll bring a man in motion. Fake that handoff to the man in motion. Hayes is going to keep it himself. Breaks a couple tackles. He's got enough for a first down. He's down to the 47-yard line. Mitchell Hayes moves the chains for the Cardinals.
5-yard gain for the Cardinals. That'll be their 4th first down of the night. Mitchell Hayes, 5'11", senior, 171 pounds, and he's a strong runner. You can see it. Keeps his legs moving. He stays low. He's tough to tackle and bring down, and he's fallen forward and picked up some nice gains for the Cardinals here in the first quarter.
Trevor Bergman, Dan Holman go split out far to the left, and they're going to give this one to Berkey, and he is going to break one tackle at Tile, but he slowed him up enough for Lucas Stallman to get to him. He'll get 1 yard on the carry down to the 46-yard line of the Tigers.
Zach Berkey, another hard run, kept his legs moving and was able to turn a no gain into a 1-yard gain. Taryn Tayo unable to drop him at the line of scrimmage for the Tigers.
Marion Local leading Delphos St. John's 14-0. Tri-County North leading Ansonia 7-0. 2 wide receivers coming to the near, one on the left slot. He comes in motion. They'll give it to him on the sweep to the near side. And it's Braden Keel getting off of his block and dropping him at the line of scrimmage. And that is going to be Kyle Tinkman with a gain of 0.
Keel and Tayo Mills have all done an excellent job here in the early going on the defensive side of the ball, on the defensive line. That time it was Braden Keel getting off his block, stopping Kyle Tinkman for a loss on the play.
It's 3rd and 9 from the Tigers' 46-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left. Hayes has Berkey off to his right. Now Hayes going to change it up a little bit. And he's got the time, drops back, looks across the middle. He's got a man wide open, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He dives, and he is in. Making the catch was Branston Cross, a 6-foot junior, and he's able to take it in from 46 yards out. And the Cardinals have a 12-0 lead.
Tigers send Alex Kaiser on the blitz from the outside linebacker. Brankston would have been his man. Linebackers do not rotate over, as Adam Kramer, the safety, had coverage on one of the twin wide receivers to the outside. Mitchell Hayes and the Cardinals take advantage as they score their 2nd touchdown of the night.
They'll attempt an extra point to try and go up 13-0. Owen Gable puts the up. He misses it wide left, and we are at 12-0 in favor of the New Bremen Cardinals. 1:36 remaining in the first quarter of play. You're listening to High School Football Week 6 on WTGR. Eli McEldowney on the return, 30, 35, 40, down the near sideline, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line. Saving the bigger return was Logan Opperman, a 5'11 senior. Eli McEldowney gives Versailles their best starting field position. It'll be at their own 45-yard line.
38-yard return for the junior wide receiver and kick returner. Eli McEldowney does a nice job of finding those seams. He's been returning kicks for a couple of years now, and he has a knack for finding that hole in the special teams defense.
Can the Tiger offense get something going? Wide receiver each way. Bay's going to turn. He'll give it to Osborne. Jack breaks it out to the near side to the 40 into Cardinal territories. He wraps it up with both hands, and he's thrown out of bounds at the New Bremen 41-yard line. That's his first touch since he fumbled it way back early in the first quarter at the 9:30 mark. It's good to see him be able to get that touch again for the Tigers.
It's the first time I've seen him back on the offensive side of the ball. Picks up 14 yards, and as Scott mentioned, he got through that line of scrimmage, knew he was in traffic, and he made it a point to cover up that football.
Two wide receivers will go to the right. Osborne is off to the left of Bay, who's in that shotgun. And Bay trying to hard count, gives it to Jack Osborne. Jack looks right side, and he's tripped up. He will be brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 4 for Jack Osborne.
Confusion as the New Bremen Cardinals were switching positions along the defensive line, and two of the linemen ran into each other right before the snap. Wyatt Dickey does a nice job for the defense as he recovers and stops Osborne after a gain of just 4 yards.
2nd and 6. We're down to 35 seconds remaining in our first quarter of play on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard. And the Tigers down to 10 seconds left on that 25-second clock. Will hustle to the line. 2 wide receivers to the right. Bay down to 4. 3, McEldowney in motion. Will fake the handoff to him. He'll give it to Jack Osborne, who cuts it to the outside. Now cuts it up, looks outside, and he's going to be about a yard short. He'll get a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. And that should be our final play of the first half. 12-0, New Bremen leading over the Versailles Tigers after 1 quarter of play from New Bremen right here on Tiger Country, WTGR. Welcome back to New Bremen, where the Versailles Tigers trail 12-0 on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard. Tigers flip sides will go left to right on your radio dial now. Ball placed at the Cardinal 32-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the near short side. McEldowney in the slot, demands along the sideline. They're going to give it or keep it on himself, Carson Bay, and he is hit and dropped as Carson Bay gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe very generous spot. They're actually going to give him a yard on the carry there for Carson Bay.
Holman does a nice job for the Cardinals getting to Bay immediately and stopping him after just a gain of a yard.
So it is now 4th and 1 for the Tigers. Looks like the Tigers are going to go T formation. They are going to go T formation. 4th and 1. We'll see. They've got all 11 within that box. Bay, quarterback keeper himself, gets pushed forward, and he looks like he's going to get enough for a first down. They say it's enough, and quarterback keeper gives the Tigers fresh set of downs with that 1-yard keeper.
Tigers have done that successfully a number of times this season with that big offensive line. They've typically been able to create that yard that Carson Bay needs to move the chains there, and that time it's no different. Cardinals bring those inside linebackers right up on the line of scrimmage to fill those gaps in between the defensive tackles, but Versailles gets just enough, and that will be their third first down here in the first half.
It's 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 2 wide receivers go to the left, 1 to the near. Bay drops back, looks left, throws it out on the flat. Caught, 5-yard catch for the Tigers, and that is Alex Kaiser making the catch for the Tigers.
Kaiser out of that slot, goes up the field, 5-yard square out. It looks like against Zach Berkey, the linebacker, and Versailles picks up 5 on first down.
2nd and 5 from the Cardinal 25-yard line. Tigers trailing two touchdowns, 12-0. A 5-yard offsides penalty moved them back, and they missed the first extra point. Bay puts Garrett in motion left to right. He's got Osborne in the backfield with him. Turn, going to give it to Jack. Jack off left side, follows Garrett through, and he will get up to the 22-yard line, and he'll be about 2 yards short and bring up a third down on the 3-yard carry.
Jack shuffled his feet there at the line of scrimmage, able to find a little bit of running room behind that left side. Picks up 3 yards for the Tigers.
3rd and 2 for Versailles as they go left to right on your radio dial. Demand's going to come to the near side. McEldowney will be in the slot. Kaiser, the tight end, on the near side for Versailles. Osborne, as they pack it in again, do the Cardinals. Osborne to the right of Bay. They're going to turn, fake it, look to throw it on to the near side. It's caught by Titus Garrett, and he is going to be dropped at the 23-yard line. Looks like he's going to lose a yard, and it'll bring up a 4th down for the Versailles Tigers.
Nick Allig makes a nice play for the Cardinals as he drops Titus Garrett for a loss of 1 on the play, and very impressive there by the Cardinals. They brought pressure up front, still covered up the screen passes, and they had all the running lanes covered that the Tigers normally would went with the power or with the counter there. Big play by the Cardinals.
4th down and 3 for Versailles. 2 wide receivers to the left. Osborne to the left of Bay. Carson fakes the handoff. Keeper, left side. He's got enough for a first down. Great hole on that left side created by the Tigers. He's inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line for the Tigers.
Nice gain by Carson Bay as he's able to move the chains for Versailles. Dan Holman, the defensive end, gets turned around, and Bay takes advantage of that as he moves the ball from the 28 down to the...
Ball was at the 23, wasn't it?
Sorry, the 23 down to the 14.
And the ball plays still actually marked at the 15, no, the 14. You're all right. 14-yard line.
9-yard gain for the Tigers as they've entered the red zone for the first time tonight.
Bay puts a man in motion. That's McEldowney to the far side. They'll give it to him on the jet sweep, trying to follow Treon through, and the hole was just not there for Eli McEldowney. They'll drop him back to the 16-yard line. It will be a loss of 2 for Eli McEldowney.
Kyle Tankman able to get through, but really the entire defensive front for the Cardinals was able to move. Good team speed to the edge, sealed that off quickly for New Bremen. Nowhere to run for Eli Kaiser.
Eli McEldowney on the carry there. 12-0. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Eli Kaiser's got a few years yet.
Yeah, he's only a 7th grader. 1 wide receiver to the far left. Bay's going to take it, fakes the Osborne. Carson's going to roll left. He's looking for a block, and he will get to the line of scrimmage. And they'll actually, I think, give him a yard. He'll get 1 yard on that for Bay, and it's a 3rd down and long for the Tigers.
Front 8 for New Bremen continues to do a nice job, and now that the field has shortened behind the defensive backs, they've been able to apply more pressure to the Tigers up front, and Tigers find themselves in a 3rd and 12 here, desperately needing to answer the 2 scores by the Cardinals here in the first half.
Bay drops back, looks right, going to throw. He's got Jared Demange. He dives for the end zone, and the official on the near side says he's down at the 1-yard line.
No, hold on.
Now they're going to, did the back official call touchdown?
I believe he did.
And the side officials, back judge and line judge, said he was down at the 1. and that's what it is going to be. So it'll be a 15-yard catch to Jared DeMange, and the Tigers will get a first down and make it 1st and goal.
Big play by the senior. Nice square in behind the slot receiver. Big catch by Jared DeMange, almost a touchdown as the Tigers are knocking on the door.
T formation again, left, right, Osborne, Garrett, and Henry. Up underneath center, it is Carson Bay, quarterback keeper, and the Tigers moved early. Trying to get off that line and get the push, and that'll back him up 5 yards.
The unforced errors continue to kill the Tigers here in the first half tonight. Just their second penalty, but between 2 penalties and 2 turnovers here, Versailles has really struggled to get going on the offensive side of the football.
I want to wish Craig Stammen a good luck tonight. He's out pitching for the Padres. Got the last-minute start for the Padres in game number 3, the deciding game, up against the Cardinals. T formation again. Bay up underneath center for the Tigers on a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Osborne, right side. He cuts it back to his left, and he's down to the 3-yard line. He'll get half that, and it makes it 2nd and goal from the 3.
Picks up 3 yards on the gain as he goes off of the right side. This New Bremen front 8, not a group that's going to get pushed around.
Another T formation for the Tigers, trailing 12-0. 6 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Bay up underneath center, and will turn. Gives it right up the middle to Garrett, and Titus will be stuffed. He'll actually what looks to be lose a yard. And on play number 15, the Tigers will have a 3rd and goal from about the 3-yard line.
Tigers going to change personnel here on 3rd down. Jared DeMange comes into the game at wide receiver along with Eli McEldowney. Try to stretch out that defense. Not convinced that the Tigers are not going to run the football here, but just trying to give the defense a different look.
Osborne off the left of Bay. 2 wide receivers go to the left. And the ball back to Bay. He's going to keep a quarterback keeper left side, and he is in for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run by Carson Bay on the 15th play of the drive, and the Tigers are able to punch it in and cut this deficit in half. Now 12-6 with 5:10 remaining here in the first half of play.
Tiger offense had commanded a lot of attention there right in the middle of the field, continually running the ball up the middle, and that time Osborne became the decoy. Carson Bay takes advantage and puts the Tigers on the board.
Snap is low, and they're able to get it up onto the tee, and West Bruns able to put it up and through. 12-7 Versailles trailing, 5:10 remaining in this first half of play. Cardinals lead over the Tigers on WTGR. Back here at Cardinal Stadium, New Bremen leading 12-7 over the Versailles Tigers. Tigers set to kick off left to right on your radio dial. Alex Kaiser will tee it up for the Tigers. And end over, not really an end over end, a sideways. It's going to be fielded by Berkey. He's got enough room up the middle, 30, and brought down near the 35-yard line. That was an odd kick. The ball went more horizontal than it did end over end, and Berkey's able to return it out to the 34-yard line.
We'll give him a 23-yard return on the play. Tigers desperately needed to answer on the offensive side of the ball and start to erase the nightmare that became the first quarter between the turnovers and the touchdowns that were surrendered to the Cardinals. Carson Bay able to lead Versailles in for their first score tonight, but senior Mitchell Hayes
Going to keep it himself up the middle. He's got a lot of room. He gets past McEldowney. He's out into the break trying to bring him down. Adam Kramer can't get to him. He will run away from him, and New Bremen answers on a Mitchell Hayes touchdown run with 4:53 remaining here in the first half of play. The Cardinals come back and have an 18-7 lead off the Mitchell Hayes touchdown run.
Give him 66 yards on the touchdown, and Mitchell Hayes able to break through that line of scrimmage. A couple of Tigers fall down in the secondary, and it was off to the races, and not a race that Mitchell Hayes was going to lose, and the Cardinals quickly move back out to their 2-score lead.
And the extra point is going to be attempted, and it is up, and this one is good by Owen Gable. 19-7 our score, 4:53 remaining in the first half of play. New Bremen leaving Versailles on WTGR. Welcome back to New Bremen, where Versailles trails 19-7, 4:53 remaining here in our first half of play. For Versailles in their last drive, they went 55 yards, 8:26 off the clock, 3-yard touchdown run by Carson Bay. West Bruns's extra point was good. The New Bremen Cardinals come right back on one play. Mitchell Hayes goes 66 yards, 17 seconds, and the extra point by Gable was good, and it's 19-7 in favor of the New Bremen Cardinals. They will kick off right to left, and the end over end. They're going to kick it to the far side. McEldowney runs upon it at the 15, to the 20, 25, 30. Sidesteps and gets up to the 34-yard line with 4:49 remaining here in the first half of play.
21-yard return for Eli McEldowney, and you can see that experience as a kick returner as he backs up and gets a running start into the kickoff return, just as you would see maybe an outfielder in baseball that steps back behind the ball and runs into their throw. That's exactly what Eli McEldowney does to give him a little extra start into that coverage defense.
Got a tight game down the road, 14-14, Fort Laramie and Tri-Village going for the Cross-County Conference Championship. It's on WTGR.com. Replay will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the radio. Two wide receivers to the near, one to the left. Bay's going to drop back, looks across the middle. He's going to step up, and he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Had time, and then the pocket quickly collapsed, and he will not gain a yard on that one.
New Bremen brought pressure from the right inside linebacker, Ben Blickel, waiting for Carson Bay at the line of scrimmage as the Cardinals are able to hold Versailles to no gain on first down.
4:26 and counting remaining in the first half of play. At 19-7, Versailles trailing. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our Wayne Healthcare Tiger Chat. We'll hear from Versailles senior Wes Bruns, and we'll get you our halftime stats as well. Trips coming to the near right side, one to the far left side. And Bay drops back, quarterback keeper. He goes up the middle, and he is dropped for a loss. Bringing him down for the New Bremen Cardinals is going to be number 72, Hunter Williams, a 6', 260 senior. And the Tigers lose a yard, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 11.
Hunter Williams working on Braden Keel, and he's able to close up that running lane that Carson Bay had his eye on, and the junior quarterback loses on second down. Now with runs for no gain and a loss of 1, the Tigers find themselves in a 3rd and 11.
19-7 the score on the Highcamp Spray Foam scoreboard. Two wide receivers to the far left. Cardinals will bring it and down the middle. Another near pickoff, and actually it is picked off. No, it's incomplete. The umpire right there to say incomplete. The ball was tipped, but the Cardinals couldn't come away with it with Mitchell Hayes, and it brings up 4th down.
Very experienced secondary, able to sneak in there behind Trey Mills, tip that ball into the air, and the Cardinals almost forced their 3rd turnover of the night.
McEldowney will punt for Versailles. The snap is back, and he's able to get it off, end over end. It'll be fielded at the 28-yard line by Zach Berkey. He'll bring it to the near side, and he is slipped maybe slightly touched, but slips and hits the turf at the 31-yard line with 3:15 remaining here in our first half of play.
3-yard return for Berkey on the play, and now New Bremen, after scoring in just one play on their previous drive, has an opportunity here before the half with 3:15 remaining to put some significant distance between themselves and the Tigers.
Cardinals with it at the 31-yard line. Tigers will get the ball to begin the second half. 2 wide receivers will go to the right. Hayes in the shotgun. He's got Berkey off to his right. They go right to left. Man in motion. They're going to give it to him on the sweep. That is Dickey. Wyatt gets up to the 35-yard line. And it'll be a gain of 4 for Wyatt Dickey.
Dickey able to get to the edge. Braden Keel there, but not before Dickey is able to pick up 4 yards on first down.
And it's 2nd and 6 with 2:55 and counting remaining in the first half of play. Scott Fry, we appreciate you listening. And everywhere else, everybody may be listening, including on NKTelco, listening to the ball game. And now New Bremen's going to call a timeout. A good 20 seconds went off the clock right there. 2:40 remaining in the first half of play. 19-7, the New Bremen Cardinals lead the Versailles Tigers. We'll return on Tiger Country WTGR. Back at New Bremen, 19-7 the score in favor of the New Bremen Cardinals coming out of their first time out. Tigers have 3 remaining, New Bremen with 2 again. Big series for both teams with 2:40 here. Tigers down 19-7. They do get the ball to begin that second half. Cardinals trying to tack on 6-7 more.
The Tigers, to stay in this ball game, desperately need to make a stop here and get a chance to score before the half.
2 wide receivers to the near, 1 to the far right. They'll bring a man in motion, give it to him. Nope, quarterback keeper. Hayes sidesteps, comes to the near side, gets another block. He comes to the 45, and he's tripped up by Adam Kramer, the safety, but not before he gets down into Tiger territory at the 49-yard line. Mitchell Hayes with some shifty feet, able to move the chains.
16-yard gain for Mitchell Hayes as he's able to run that read off of the option man, and he has shown here in the first half he's a very capable runner and does a nice job once again for the Cardinals. 16 yards and moves the chains into Versailles' end of the field.
2 to the far right, and Berkey off to the left of Hayes. Cardinals have won the last 2 meetings here against the Tigers. They'll give it to Berkey on the sweep, and Braden Keel able to bring him down, and it looks like he'll get a gain of 1 for Zach Berkey.
Keel has done a nice job on that left defensive end tonight, going up against Ben Blickel, the right tackle on that play, and he is able to win that battle and stops Berkey after just a very short gain.
1:50 and counting remaining. 2 will go to the right, 1 to the near side for the Cardinals. And Mitchell Hayes from the shotgun with Berkey off to his right. Drops back, looks, he's going to set up a screen. The pass is high and incomplete. They had it out there as there was a blocker in front of him of Ben Blickel, and that pass falls to the turf, and it brings up 3rd and 9 from the Tigers' 48-yard line.
Tigers change it up and go with only 3 down linemen on that play and drop an extra man into the secondary on 2nd and long.
3rd and long now, make it 9 to be exact. Speaking of 9, he'll come into the ball game. That's Trevor Bergman. He goes split out far right, as does Berkey, and also Dan Holman. Hayes in the backfield all by himself. Wide receiver to the near side. They're going to take it, flip it to the near side. Berkey looks to the near side. He'll try and stiff arm a Tiger. He's able to. He tiptoes down the near side. He's got enough for a first down before he's finally shoved out of bounds. He is down to the 26-yard line. A little reversal for the New Bremen Cardinals.
22-yard gain for Berkey on the play. Tigers brought Braden Keel, set up as a linebacker. He knifed through to pick up Mitchell Hayes, but he flips the ball quickly to to Zach Berkey, who picks up 28 on the play.
It'll be now 1st and 10 with a minute and a half remaining. Hayes all by himself again. Quick throw out to the far side. They look for a screen and making the catch and getting across the 25-yard line on the catch is going to be Berkey. And they'll keep it moving quickly to go to the line on the 2-yard catch. 2 to the near side. We're down to 1:09 remaining in the first half. Hayes going to roll to the near side. Throws it out into the flat and incomplete. Man, he had a open wide receiver, that being Kyle Tinkman. It's incomplete and brings up a 3rd and 8.
Might be a tough throw running to your left, throwing with your right hand, and that one just goes out in front of Tinkman, unable to make the completion on the play.
Minute 3 remaining in the first half of play, 19-7. Coming up, we will have your Dickman Supply halftime report, and we'll have a Wayne Healthcare Tiger Chat, catch up with Wes Bruns, senior kicker for Versailles, and take a look at your halftime stats as well, thanks to Bill Arns Plumbing and Heating. 2 wide receivers to the near, ball's on the far hash, and they're going to roll. Nope, back the other way is Hayes, and he will bring it up the middle, and he's going to get down to the 12-yard line. A gain of 12 for Mitchell Hayes, and he'll move the chains 3rd time in this drive.
Tigers able to cover up the first option on the play, but it works out as a nice draw, and Mitchell Hayes takes advantage as he moves the chains for the Cardinals on a 12-yard gain. And now New Bremen, a big-time opportunity with 50 seconds to play here in the first half.
Tell you what, they've got a wide variety of offensive plays in their offense. Man in motion, they'll give it to him on the sweep, comes to the near side, cross, gets a block, and he is going to be tripped up and pushed out of bounds. It's not bad for the New Bremen Cardinals. He's finally pushed out of bounds. It's number 9, Bergman, and he will be out at the 6-yard line. He gets a gain of 7 and brings up 2nd and 2.
Alex Kaiser able to force him to lose his balance, and very alert by the ball carrier to fall out of bounds and stop the clock.
2nd and 2, 39 seconds remaining. Hayes going to take it, throws it across the middle, and a touchdown pass. Same play that they nearly scored on the first time. Dan Holman makes the catch from 6 yards out, and the New Bremen Cardinals, for the 4th time tonight, able to put 6 points up on the board, and they lead with 36 seconds remaining here in this first half of play, 25-7.
Much like the Tigers, those jet sweeps and the running of the Cardinals forces so much attention by the linebackers that it catches the outside linebacker there flat-footed, and Holman immediately runs that slant and picks up the touchdown for the Cardinals.
Owen Gable's extra point is good, and it's 26-7. Tigers trailing the New Bremen Cardinals with 36 seconds remaining in the first half of play on WTGR. Back here at the New Bremen Cardinals with a 26-7 advantage on the Highcamp Spray Foam scoreboard. They go 69 yards in 10 plays, 6-yard touchdown pass to Holman. Cardinals will squib this one down to the 35. It's picked up by Versailles and able to carry it up to the 40-yard line. On the carry for the Tigers is Titus Garrett.
It's a 5-yard return for Titus, alertly able to corral that squib kick. Now the Tigers with just 30 seconds left here in the first half, and definitely need a chance to regroup after the first 2 quarters tonight.
They do have 3 timeouts remaining. We'll see how Coach Jones plays this final 30 seconds. 2 wide receivers go to the left. 1 to the near side of Kaiser. Carson Bay is going to roll to his left, throw it out on the flat, and it's incomplete. About 3 yards short of the intended wide receiver of Jared DeMange.
Well behind Jared DeMange. would have been open on the play, but the senior unable to dive back to that ball as it was well short of its target.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Demange will come to the near side for Versailles. McEldowney goes far left. They'll also bring Landon Henry off to the right of Bay. And another wide receiver in the slot far left. Bay going to give it to Landon Henry. He'll look off left side. 40, 45, 50. Cuts it back, and he's finally able to be pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets to the 47-yard line of the New Bremen Cardinals and stepping out of bounds with 19 seconds remaining.
13-yard gain. Landon Henry, just his first carry of the night, goes for a big one as he picks up the 6th first down for the Tigers, but now with just 19 seconds left, not much time remaining here in the first half.
2 wide receivers coming to the near side. Bay, plenty of room on this side. He's going to drop straight back, looks down the middle, and he is going to be sacked. They'll give him a forward progress to the line of scrimmage. Will Versailles call a timeout with 11 seconds? It looks like they do call it with 11 seconds left here in the first half of play.
Carson Bay is able to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Holman, another nice play on that defensive line. Dan Holman, the senior, 6'2", 177 for the Cardinals, makes a big play.
We'll go ahead and keep it here. Our WTGR.com has Tri-Village up on Fort Laramie in the second quarter, 22-14. That's just down the road at Fort Laramie. The winner is the final cross-county conference championship, or champion. That league will break apart after this. So that'll be a, who takes it home? Fort Laramie or Tri-Village, we'll find out later on tonight.
How many years has the cross-county conference existed?
Oh, that's a great question. That is not our trivia question for the evening. 2nd and 10 from the Cardinal 47-yard line. 11 seconds remaining. 2 wide receivers to the short side, or make it trips to the far short. 1 to the near side. Bay drops back. Will step up into the pocket. Throws it left, and it's incomplete. He had a man open down at the 31-yard line, that being Landon Henry. And it brings up now 3rd and 10 for Versailles with 6 seconds remaining.
The big thing here is just to not give up a turnover and another touchdown before the half. I know that you need to try and score.
Jack Osborne is in the background, or is in the backfield. We wonder if a handoff to him and see if he can do anything. Safety well deep, 20 yards. They will give it to Osborne. He'll cut out to the far side, 40, and pushed out of bounds, and the clock will say 0 as he's unable to get out of bounds before the time expires. They'll mark him out at the 38. We'll call it the 38-yard line, so get a gain of 9. But that'll end our first half, and the Tigers will go to the locker room trailing 26-7. First time this year at half they've trailed? I think so. The tied or have been leading, and they go to a locker room here. And actually, they're actually just going to go to the end zone. It takes too long to get back to the school where the locker room is, but they trail 26-7 to the New Bremen Cardinals. And boy, Coach Jones has got some things to figure out here in that second half.
And out of all of the games so far this year, and this being week 6, it appeared the Tigers had committed the most mental errors. They had some physical errors early on, the fumble through an interception. But those unforced errors can also be caused by the fact that New Bremen is a very good football team, and you start to rush, and when you lose your concentration just a little bit, those mistakes can start to happen. The Tigers have a lot of work to do and a huge challenge ahead of them in the second half.
We'll take a break, come back, and have our Dickman Supply halftime report. We'll hear from the Versailles Tigers senior and West Bruns and our Wayne Healthcare Tiger Chat and get you our stats thanks to Bill Arns Plumbing and Heating. Don't go anywhere. It's Versailles and New Bremen. At the break, the Cardinals lead 26-7 on WTGR. Known him for 40 years. Welcome back to New Bremen, where the Versailles Tigers trail at half, 26-7. Let's quickly run down some of your numbers here in the first half. And New Bremen got the ball and turned it over on downs. Tigers fumbled on their first play as Jack Osborne fumbled it. Kyle Tinkman would recover on the 17-yard line of the Cardinals. The New Bremen would try a pass. Dan Holman would fumble it. It would be recovered by Jacob Carmen in the end zone. And Versailles would take it up to the 20-yard line. They'd have a couple play drive going, a first down run by Carson Bay, but then a sack on Bay on a snap that he was not ready for. Bay would eventually throw an interception. Wyatt Dickey would pick it off and have it at the Versailles 27-yard line. 3 plays later, they were in the end zone on a 23-yard pass to
Zach Berkey.
Zach Berkey, thank you. There's the paper I was looking for. And the extra point after a 5-yard penalty was no good. Again, it went 3 plays, minute 12 off the clock, 27 yards, 6-0. Tigers went 3 and out, giving New Bremen ball the back, and they would go a total of 5 plays and 59 yards, a 46-yard touchdown pass to Brankston Krause from Mitchell Hayes. The extra point was no good, and it was 12-0. Versailles would come back and answer, though, on a 15-play drive, 55 yards, a 3-yard touchdown run by Carson Bay. 8:26 off the clock, and Versailles, with West Brunn's extra point, trailed 12-7. But on the ensuing after the kickoff, which was returned to the 34, Mitchell Hayes would go 66 yards on a touchdown run. It would take 17 seconds. The extra point at that point by Cable was good, and it was 19-7. Tigers went 3 and out, giving New Bremen the ball back, and they were able to score 10 plays later on a 6-yard touchdown pass to Dan Holman. 69 yards, 10 plays, 1:39 off the clock. The extra point was good. 26-7 was the score, and that's where we are here at the break. We send it to Tim Borchers for more of our halftime stats, thanks to Bill Arns Plumbing and Heating.
Let's start with the home team tonight, the New Bremen Cardinals. On the ground, Wyatt Dickey has 2 carries for 7 yards. Mitchell Hayes has picked up 104 yards on the ground on 6 carries, and he has a touchdown. Zach Berkey has run the ball 7 times for 46 yards. Kyle Tankman lost a yard on his only carry of the first half, and Trevor Bergman picked up 7 on his 1 carry. On the ground, the Cardinals ran the ball 17 times for 163 yards and a touchdown. Through the air, Brankston Krause has a 46-yard touchdown reception. Kyle Tinkman has an 11-yard catch. Zach Berkey has 2 catches for 25 yards and a touchdown. Dan Holman has 2 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown. Through the air in the first half, Mitchell Hayes, 6 of 10, 104 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Some other stats for New Bremen: they had 2 kick returns for 41 yards, a punt return for 3 yards, 2 for 4 on extra points, penalized 1 time for 5 yards. Dan Holman had a fumble. Kyle Tinkman had a fumble recovery. Wyatt Dickey had an interception, and Dan Holman had a sack. Let's take a look at the Versailles Tigers in the first half. Eli McEldowney ran the ball 1 time and lost 2 yards. Carson Bay has 23 yards on 12 carries and a touchdown. Landon Henry has a 13-yard carry. Jack Osborne has 43 yards on 7 carries. Titus Garrett lost 1 yard on his only attempt. The Tigers ran the ball 22 times for 76 yards and a touchdown. Through the air, Eli McEldowney has a 12-yard catch. Alex Kaiser has a 5-yard catch. Jared DeMange has a pair of catches for 20 yards. Titus Garrett has 1 reception that lost 1 yard. Through the air, Carson Bay, 5 of 10, 36 yards, and an interception. Your totals on offense for the Tigers: 6 first downs, 76 yards rushing, 36 yards passing, for a total of 112 yards in the first half. The Tigers had 4 kick returns for 84 yards. West Bruns 1 for 1 on his extra points. Tigers were penalized twice for 10 yards. Fumble by Jack Osborne, a fumble recovery by Jacob Carmen, and that wraps up our Bill Arns Plumbing and Heating stats for the first 2 quarters.
Ready to kick off are the New Bremen Cardinals. They'll kick off left to right on your radio dial. Max scores: Fort Recovery leading St. Henry 14-0, and Minster over Parkway 20-14. Coldwater over Anna 27-0, and Marion Local over Delphus 35-0. And Eli McEldowney and Jack Osborne back to receive the kickoff from number 6, Hunter Schaefer. End over it, and he'll kick it toward McEldowney, and the junior receives it at his 3-yard line. To the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, up to the 35, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds near the 41-yard line, and that's where Versailles will set shot. Actually going to mark it at the 42-yard line is where Versailles will start this second half.
39-yard gain for Eli McEldowney. Let's take a look at our Layfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies keys to the game. Key number 1 tonight was the Tiger offensive line, and to be able to run the football, and the Tigers struggled up front with a false start, a couple of bad snaps, and that's been a bad spot for the Tigers here in the first 2 quarters tonight. Key number 2 we will get after our first play.
Bay going to turn, gives it to Landon Henry. He's right up the gut, and he'll get to the 45-yard line. Be a gain of 3 for Landon Henry.
Our second key to the game tonight was to win the turnover battle. So far, the Tigers are losing in that battle. Versailles turned the ball over on its very first snap from center and has also thrown an interception. The Tigers were able to recover 1 fumble by the Cardinals. Our third and final key to the game was to not get hurt, and the Tigers have been successful at that so far tonight.
One wide receiver goes far right side for the Tigers. That's DeMange. McEldowney near side. Henry is off the left of Carson Bay. Down to 4 seconds. Now he'll move to the right side. And Bay gets it. Going to hand it off to Landon Henry. And he'll make a couple spin moves. And he gets up to the 47-yard line. And he'll bring about a 2-yard carry for Landon Henry.
Good block there in the middle, but Ben Blickel able to make a nice play for the defense as he gets turned around, but still able to recover and get back to the ball carrier for the Cardinals after only a gain of 2 by Landon Henry.
Trips go to the far right, 3rd and 5. McEldowney in motion to the near side, and we'll see Treon moved. New Bremen moved as well, and they're going to get it on the New Bremen Cardinals. So they're going to say that the defense forced Treon to move, and that'll put it. It's a 3rd and 5. We'll see where they officially mark it off at or when they walk it off, if it's a first down or if it's just shy.
I believe Mason Cuck, number 52, was who the penalty was called on, and the chains will move.
As they were able to get it 4 or 5 yards in into New Bremen territory. Craig Stammen pitched an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 hit, 21 pitches, limited number. 2 wide receivers each way for Versailles. Bay has got Garrett in the backfield off to his right. And the snap is back. They'll give to Titus Garrett, and he's able to get up to the 47-yard line. He's going to get just a gain of 1.
Cuck plugs the hole at the line of scrimmage. Zach Berkey quickly in there to help out with the tackle, and Garrett only able to pick up 1 yard on first down.
That San Diego-St. Louis game tied at 0. As a Reds fan, has still got to be rooting for the Padres for 2 reasons. Can't root for the Cardinals, and you got to root for Craig Stammen. 2 wide receivers go to the right. And in the backfield is Landon Henry for Versailles. 26-7, 9:48 remaining in this first or third quarter of play. Now turn, fake the handoff. They'll keep it to Carson on a quarterback keeper, and he will get up to the 46-yard line. New Bremen does a nice job of stretching that play out for just 1 yard for Carson Bay.
That's speed up front. Zach Berkey in the middle, and his ability to make tackles and close down on the ball carrier makes a big difference for the defensive front of the Cardinals.
So 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for Versailles, trailing 26-7. Tigers are off next week, receiving a bye in the playoffs. WTJR will head to Cedarville, where Mississinewa will play Cedarville. And then Saturday, we will have Arcanum at home against Dixie. Blitz coming. Bay drops back, set up a bubble screen to Jared DeMange, and it's incomplete. He was wide open at the 46-yard line. He would have not, that was right at the line of scrimmage. He'd had to work to get the first down, but the Tigers had the right offensive play against that blitz of the Cardinals.
Cardinals brought the house on 3rd and long, and a golden opportunity for Versailles to complete that pass on the jailbreak screen. Comes up incomplete, and the Tigers will be forced to punt after picking up a first down on their first possession of the second half.
Eli McEldowney set the punt. The snap is back to him, and he's able to get it off. And Berkey's just going to let it clear, and it hits and fielded at the 22-yard line. That was very close to Eli McEldowney getting hit, but Cardinals do a nice job at avoiding, and the ball going to be placed again at the 22-yard line with 8:50 remaining in the third quarter of play.
24-yard punt, but for the Tigers trailing by 3 scores can ill afford to come up empty on many possessions here in the second half, especially with the Cardinals' ability to run the football. They are going to be able to run time off of that clock each and every possession.
Hayes in the backfield, Berkey off to his right, man in motion, and they'll fake the handoff to it, and Hayes going to keep it himself. He's forced to the outside, he's got room, and he eventually run out of bounds on the far side for Mitchell Hayes. It's going to get close to a 5-yard carry on that one for the Cardinals.
And that happens when the defense has to give so much respect to all of the ball carriers, and that's how the Tigers' offense is based as well, behind those legs of Carson Bay. And Mitchell Hayes does exactly the same for the New Bremen Cardinals as they pick up 5 yards on first down.
Second and they'll call it 4 from on the scoreboard. 2 wide receivers to the near. Hayes looks to the near side to Holman, barks out something to him. He's got Berkey off to his left. He will give it to him on the sweep. He'll come to the near side. Kaiser forces him in. Berkey breaks one tackle and finally brought down across the 35, 36-yard line for the New Bremen Cardinals.
8-yard gain for Berkey. Holman does a nice job on Alex Kaiser on the edge. Kaiser unable to get off the block to tackle the ball carrier, and Zach Berkey makes a nice gain for the Cardinals and moves the chains.
First and 10 from the Tigers' 36-yard line. Put one man to the far left, one to the near. Hayes in the backfield with Berkey off to his right for the Cardinals. They overload the left. They'll throw it to the near side to Holman. He's up against McEldowney, and Eli holds on to him, and finally is going to be brought down at the 40. See where they mark him at on the near side. And officials still waiting to mark him out. He'll mark him at the 46-yard line. He's going to be what looks to be about a yard. Oh, wow, they don't even measure. They say it's enough for a first down.
10 yards for the Cardinals. Quick read by Mitchell Hayes. He sees that Eli McEldowney has moved off of the receiver. Holman makes the catch, picks up 10, and moves the chains.
First and 10 for the Cardinals. 7:54 and counting remaining here. And a little confusion for the Cardinals. They'll bring one to the near side down to 10 seconds left. Coming to the near side was Nathan Rindler. Man in motion. They'll give it to him on the jet sweep, short side of the field, and eventually pushed out of bounds as Carson Bay there, along with Chase McEldowney on the tackle. He'll get to the 49-yard line.
Tankman picks up 3 on the play. New Bremen continues to use that jet sweep and the action off of that and to key that counter play back to Mitchell Hayes. And the Cardinals have done a nice job all night of being able to get a ball carrier, whether that's Tankman or Zach Berkey, to the edge of the Tiger defense, and then being able to counter that with Mitchell Hayes.
2 to the near side. Berkey off to the left of Hayes. They'll fake it to him, and Hayes keeps it himself. Trey Mills can't bring him down in the backfield. He's across the 50 down to the 48-yard line, and it'll bring up a third and about 5 for the New Bremen Cardinals.
3-yard carry for Mitchell. Actually, we'll give him just 2 yards on the play, but there was that counter immediately off of the run to the edge for New Bremen.
Tankman going to come in for the Cardinals. They lead 26-7 here in our third quarter of play. 2 wide receivers will go to the left. Ball placed right in the middle of the field. Berkey's off to the left of Hayes. Goes from the shotgun. Down to 4 seconds left. And now we've got a flag going to be called or thrown in, and Versailles may be offside. I think that's exactly what's going to be called on the Versailles Tigers. Left defensive end of Caleb Rush was lined up offside. Free 5 yards gives him an automatic first down.
He's had a tough night tonight. Caleb Rush plays center. Had a snap go past Carson Bay on the second possession for the Tigers. Tigers also had a false start there in the first half, caused by confusion along that front 5.
I apologize. In there at the D tackle position is Caleb Rush. 7:07 remaining in the third. And they're going to fake the handoff, throw it across the middle, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Dan Holman on a quick hit across the middle. And it brings up now 2nd and 10.
New Bremen Cardinals continue to keep an eye on that weak side linebacker, and that time it was Carson Bay. Twice now they've gone the way of Alex Kaiser, and they block, and then when you least expect it, they release, and Dan Holman finds himself wide open behind the linebackers.
Two wide receivers go both or near side, one to the far left. Put a man in motion, and that is Dickey. Rolling to the near side, Hayes. He wants to keep it himself. He'll step in. Lucas Stallman drops him real close to the line of scrimmage. And he actually, we'll call it a gain of 0.
Nice job by Stallman to get down the line of scrimmage. It's a straight run that time by Mitchell Hayes. He's our leading ball carrier for the Cardinals. That's his 9th carry of the night.
Brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals from the Tigers' 43-yard line. 26-7 on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard. Trips go to the left. Hayes is in the shotgun all by himself. Puts Dickey in motion to the left. Wants to roll that way. He'll step, throw across the middle, and it is going to be caught by Holman. And he is at the 9-yard catch for Dan Holman.
Nice play by the Cardinals. Tigers drop Braden Keel back with the linebackers to work as a spy, and that time Hayes able to roll out and still find Holman for a 9-yard gain.
So 4th and 1. Big play here for Versailles. Feeling to get off the field and get the opportunity to score. New Bremen trying to continue to move the ball. We're down to 5:50 and counting remaining in the 3rd. They are going to hustle to the line, and now the timeout going to be called by the New Bremen Cardinals. We'll take it with them. 5:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. New Bremen leads Versailles 26-7 on WTGR. Welcome back to New Bremen, 26-7 in favor of Versailles on the, in favor of the New Bremen Cardinals on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard. It's Senior 14, Tri-County North 14. And that Fort Laramie score 35-35. Well, I knew there would be points. Both those teams are extremely explosive. Didn't know it would be 35 all. That game's going to be replayed on 97.5 tomorrow. We have 4th and 1 here. They're going to fake the handoff, and Hayes up the middle, and he will get enough surge for a 1st down as he's able to get up to the 32-yard line, which is a gain of 2. And the Cardinals will keep the ball and move the chains for the 4th time here in this drive.
And as a lead at home and to continue to keep possession, I'm sure Coach Schmidt feels that he can almost put the game away here if the Cardinals are able to finish off this drive and take a 4-score lead.
26-7. And in the backfield, they'll fake the handoff. Hayes rolls, going to throw. He's got a man open on the near side. And Dan Holman is brought down by Chase McEldowney down to the 16-yard line. And it'll be another opportunity, another 1st down.
16-yard gain for the Cardinals. And Mitchell Hayes has made all of the right reads back there for the Cardinals tonight. Every time he has seen a blitz, he's quickly recognized it and been able to find the correct receiver and continues to move this Cardinal offense down the field.
Tigers will switch safeties. Kramer goes out. Jared DeMange comes in. Darrell Jones, defensive coordinator for Versailles, trying to get things rolling. As they'll hand this one, nope, keep it with Hayes on the keeper for the Cardinals, and he's going to get what looks to be about 3 yards for Mitchell Hayes.
1st down run there for Hayes as the Cardinals continue to melt the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
26-7, favor of New Bremen. My score on that Tri-Village Fort Laramie game is it says it's in the 2nd quarter. This game gets moving along any quicker. We might be able to catch that on the way home. 26-7 the score. They will put the man in motion. Dickey comes to the near side. Now they'll move And a timeout going to be called. 4:20 remaining in the third. New Bremen wants a timeout. We take it with them. Cardinals with a 26-7 lead over Versailles on the 2nd and 7 when we return on WTGR.
Okay.
26-7 our score. 4:20 remaining in the third quarter of play. New Bremen leading the Versailles Tigers. We'll, of course, have your trivia question coming up, as you'll send your email, your answers to scott@wtgr.com. And big thanks to McBow's Bowling Lanes for sponsoring our trivia question here this evening. They will get a family bowling pass, good for shoes, and 1 hour bowling on one lane. It's a $30 value. So thanks to Keith and the folks at McBow's. 26-7, 4:20 remaining here in the third. And Cardinals with 2 to left, 1 to the near side. Hayes in the shotgun. Gonna take it, gives it to Berkey up the middle, and he will get to the 12. He's going to get a carry of 1 for Zach Berkey.
Tiger linebackers do a nice job on the play, able to stack up the ball carrier. Allows Berkey just to pick up 1 yard on the play. 3rd and 6 for the Cardinals.
As 4 down territory, of course. 3:55 and counting remaining in this third. This is just New Bremen's first possession. They got it at the 8:50 mark. They're going to turn and throw it across the middle, and the ball is tipped and incomplete. I think Austin Nerdeman got his hands up on that. Braden Keel almost comes away with the interception, and it'll bring up 4th down, and the New Bremen Cardinals are going to send the punting unit out for a 29-yard attempt.
An important play there by the Tiger defense. They do a nice job of being able to stop that drive and not give up the touchdown. Now we are going to have a field goal attempt. Looks like a 29-yard.
Owen Gable will attempt it. Ball's placed right in the middle of the field. And the snap is back. The kick is up. And it is good with plenty of leg behind it. A 29-yard field goal by Owen Gable gives the New Bremen Cardinals a 29-7 advantage on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard with 3:36 remaining in the third quarter on WTGR. Couple max scores. Minster all over Parkway at the break, 49-14. It's Marion Local 42, Delphus 0. Coldwater over Anna 40-0 in the third in the Midwest Athletic Conference. And full recovery leading St. Henry 21-0. 35-29. Tri-Village leading Fort Laramie. That says it's still in the second quarter. That did say 35 all. So we'll double check that here soon. Set the kickoff for the Cardinals. Hunter Schaefer will kick it toward Eli McEldowney again, and he fields it at the 5. They'll look to set the return to the far side, 10 and 15. He will not get there. Tigers have returned it majority, in fact, every single time to the short side of the field. This time they go to the wide side, and they don't get as good field position as they've had the rest of the evening.
I agree with you, Scott. Very surprising. The Tigers have done a nice job of setting up those returns and not trying to cross the field, and Eli McEldowney had done a great job of running in under those kicks. He started with a head of steam, and he was able to get some nice returns, but this one goes for just 9 yards.
Double wide receivers on the other side. Bay, quarterback keeper up the middle, follows Garrett. He's up the middle, and he's able to get out to the 25-yard line. It'll be an 11-yard carry for Carson Bay.
Good start for the Tigers. They need to find some offense, and a lot of it here as the third quarter winds down to 3:20 remaining.
That halftime score is 34-29. Tri-Village leading over Franklin Monroe. Fort Laramie. 2 coming to the near side for Versailles. 1 to the far right. And Bay going to give it to Landon Henry. He'll look right side. We've got a flag now. Second flag coming in as Henry was able to get to the line of scrimmage. Umpire and the far judge on the far side. We're going to have a face mask. Did he say personal foul?
Yes.
So a 15-yard penalty. So a gain of 0, but tack on 15 for the Tigers.
It was one of those that must have been extremely obvious because 2 flags came into the same spot at exactly the same time. Just the third penalty on the night for the Cardinals. Two 5 yards, and now the personal foul on the face mask.
Now the Cardinals have not done too much wrong here tonight. Wide receiver will go each way. Bay in the backfield with Henry off to his right. Looks to the sideline, gets the play. Going to take it, fakes the handoff, throws it down the middle, and it's caught by the Tigers, bouncing off of the Cardinal. And is that Alex Kaiser able to get it into? It is Kaiser. He gets it into Cardinal territory, down to the 46-yard line.
14-yard gain for the Tigers on the reception. Kaiser straight up field from the seam, a quick drop and throw by Carson Bay, and it's on the money.
Tigers rush to the line now, 2:48 and counting remaining. Bay now looks over toward the Versailles sideline. Wide receiver each way for the orange and black. Bay going to turn, fakes the handoff, looks left, pump fake. He's going toward Demange to the near side, and it is incomplete. Jared Demange almost turned into a defender there. In coverage for the Cardinals was Nick Allig, and it goes incomplete.
Alec doesn't bite on the play fake, and Jared Demange unable to get the separation he needed to get behind the defender. Tigers have run that play successfully a couple times this season, but on 1st and 10, Versailles unable to hit a big one in the passing game.
That was a long throw ball on the far hash. Had to throw it all the way toward the near side. Bay unable to get it to go into the hands of his wide receiver. Bay back by himself. Blitz comes. They'll throw it near side and almost picked off. Tried to get it to Jared Demange, but the safety comes from Mitchell Hayes. Comes in and almost picks it. If he steps in front of that, he's got a pick 6.
You can tell the Cardinal defense very experienced and very well prepared tonight. They understand the Tigers' normal routes that they run and the schemes on that offensive side of the ball, and they have been sitting on several of the routes tonight. As Scott mentioned, that ball was tipped away, but there have been a couple of other opportunities that the Cardinals had to turn over the Tigers.
With it, trips coming to the near side, 3rd and 10. Bay drops back, looks left. He'll step up in the pocket. He's got room to run. He's at the 40, steps in, and he's going to get enough for a first down. Looks like about 11 yards on the carry for the junior quarterback.
Nice job by Carson Bay. Ben Brickle blitzing for the Cardinals, and once he got past the quarterback, he's unable to win a foot race with Carson Bay as he moves the chains for Versailles.
29-7 our score. Versailles trailing New Bremen, 2:15 and counting remaining here in the third quarter of play on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard. Tigers have it 1st and 10 at the Cardinal 36-yard line. Now the Tigers will have tight end left side. That is going to be Alex Kaiser. Slot near side is McEldowney. Garrett gives a motion to the near side. Bay on a turn. Fake gives the handoff and to Henry, and then he is drilled after he makes the spin at the 38. He'll lose 2 yards.
Brankston Kraus comes down the line and delivers the big blow there for the Cardinals as he drops Landon Henry for a loss of 2.
So it brings up 2nd down and long for Versailles.
That's the most ineffective the Tigers have been running the football all season.
Jack Osborne over on the sideline still. Haven't seen any of his speed here. 2 wide receivers go each way for the Tigers. 2nd and 12 from the Cardinal 38-yard line. Bay with Garrett off to his left. Blitz is coming. Bay looks and he cannot get out of the sack. He will lose yards back to the 41-yard line. He'll lose 3 on that one.
We'll give the sack to number 8, Brankston Kraus. He's had a big series here for the Cardinals as he's able to drop Carson Bay in the backfield.
3rd and long with 50 seconds remaining. Coming up in that fourth quarter, again, we'll have our trivia question. Email your answers to scott@wtgr.com. Two wide receivers come to the near. Demands right side. And Bay will drop back. Looks, throws the near side to Henry. Landon tries to step around the defender, and he can't do so. He only gets to the 40. It's only a 1-yard carry or catch for Landon Henry, and the Tigers are going to have to go for it, trailing 26-7, and what should be our final play of the third quarter.
Tigers set up the screen pass, but the Cardinals have been all over it tonight on the defensive side of the ball. I've yet to see them make a major mental mistake on the defensive side this evening.
That'll be our final quarter of the third quarter. We'll head to the fourth. Final 12 minutes coming up in New Bremen, leading Versailles 29-7 on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard on WTGR. Ready to begin our final quarter here in week number 6. Regular season ready to wrap up. Tigers all 4th and 14 from the Cardinal 40-yard line. And they will bring a wide receiver, McEldowney near side, one to the left. Henry in the backfield with Carson Bay. Bay will drop straight back, looks left, steps up into the pocket, throws back across the middle, and it's picked off. Going to be picked off near the 18-yard line by the New Bremen Cardinals. Jared Demands able to bring down the defensive back, and it is an interception for the New Bremen Cardinals, Kyle Tinkman.
The Cardinals drop back into coverage, keep all of the wide receivers in front of them. Very few plays in the playbook for 4th and 15 when you're trailing by 3 scores, and that time the experienced defense shows up once again as they force another interception.
And the ball placed at the 35-yard line, 11:49 remaining in the ball game. Wide receiver go each way, and they'll fake or give the handoff on the right side, and bouncing off a couple players is going to be Zach Berkey, and the Tigers have just not wrapped up tackling. That's one of Coach Jones's keys, is missed tackles, breaking tackles, and Versailles has not done a nice job of wrapping up tonight. I'm going
to give him 7 on first down.
7-yard carry. And they hustle. They're not I thought they would take a little bit more time. They are letting the 25-second clock run down. Offensive lineman down in that stance. Woo! That'll make those legs burn. Down to 8 seconds now on the 25-second clock. And they'll turn, give this one again to Berkey. He'll cut right side, and he breaks one tackle, keeps his feet moving, and he is going to be to the 48-yard line, a gain of 5, and another first down.
Continue to move the chains and run that clock. 6 first downs here in the second half, but Zach Berkey, that senior running back for New Bremen, has done a nice job all night on both sides of the ball. One of many very solid players for the Cardinals.
21-14 in favor of Tri-County North over at Sonia. Those two teams will match up in 2 weeks at Sonia. So that's a very interesting matchup. What do you show? What don't you show? 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 49-yard line. They have it, and they'll turn and give it to the back of Wyatt Dickey, and the Tigers defense right there, ready to wrap him up for what will be a loss. Henry in on the tackle, also Taryn Tile for the Tigers.
Tigers able to quickly corral the ball carrier there. New Bremen starting to substitute some guys in and out, get some new players a chance on the offensive side of the football.
10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Again, Tim and I will be Of course, Versailles gets a bye next week. Our radio game on Friday night, Miss-Sinnowall Valley will be at Cedarville. Saturday night, we go to Arcanum where the Trojans host Dixie. That's Division 5. Friday night, Division 7. Division 6 is Saturday night. And now we've got a timeout taken by Versailles. 9:50 remaining in the ball game. 29-7 Versailles trails New Bremen on Tiger Country WTGR. Welcome back to Cardinal Field. Versailles Tiger football brought to you in part by Bill Lawrence Plumbing and Heating, Brilliant Beginnings Learning Center, Brown Chiropractic, Bruns Animal Clinic, CF Peppelman of Pepcon, Dave Knapp Ford, Davis Camper Sales, Dickman Supply, Dr. Ryan McNeilin with Orthopedic Institute of Ohio, EB Real Estate, Eric Big State Farm Insurance, Francis Condon Insurance, High Camp Spray Foam, HometownOpportunity.com with your Find a Job Friday, Camp Pharmacy, Kanapke Kitchens and Bath, Kramer Chiropractic, Layfout Industrial and Welding Supplies, Miami Valley Career Technology Center, Midmark, Stillwater Valley Golf Course, North Star Hardware and Implement, North Star Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Park National Bank, Phelan Insurance, Pool Transportation, and Prosperity Promotions. A lot of Prosperity Promotions itinerary or items up here in New Bremen. There's a quarterback keeper near side. Mitchell Hayes brings it to the near side, and he's going to slide down inbounds. That's a heads-up play by the senior as he'll be knocked down at the 34-yard line of the Versailles Tigers.
18-yard gain by Mitchell Hayes on the play. Moves the chains once again. Gabe Thompson in the game for the Tigers. That linebacker, he goes into the middle of the formation. Mitchell Hayes alertly gets around the edge to the gap where Thompson had been standing, and he picks up big yardage for the Cardinals.
See a lot of New Bremen masks around here, and Prosperity Promotions a portion of those. 1st and 10, and the clock continues to roll. And they'll put a man in motion and give it to him on the jet sweep to the far side. On the carry is Kyle Tinkman. Braden Keel in on the tackle. Tinkman's able to get to the 33-yard line.
Pickup of 1. Braden Keel continues to play a solid night on the defensive line. He's really done a good job at the defensive end for Versailles this evening.
2nd and 9 for the New Bremen Cardinals. Again, get your emails ready. We'll get you a trivia question here very soon. Again, a big thanks to McBo's Bowling Lanes for our prize here this evening. The email will be scott@wtgr.com. And we're going back to football for this week. 2 wide receivers to the near side. They're going to turn, give this one to Dickey. He'll cut it up, and he runs into 2 tacklers of Versailles, but not before the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 for Wyatt Dickey.
New Bremen continuing to move the ball on the ground. Zach Berkey comes back in to give Dickey a break after his 4-yard gain.
Well, through the first, Nick Chubb has rushed for over 2,500 yards for the Cleveland Browns. Only 5 other players have done that since 1970. Name the 5 other players besides Nick Chubb that have done that for over 2,500 yards in the first few games. This one is going to force Dickey all the way back to the 40. He breaks the tackle. Now he's 35. Lobs it ahead, and it's caught. And it's going to be dropped. And the receiver is caught and dropped at the 15-yard line. A gain of 14, but a huge play there by the New Bremen Cardinals.
And that's what you start to see, that experience, maintaining composure. Mitchell Hayes is also a very good athlete, but he's able to roll out, avoid the sack, and continues to keep the play going. Zach Berkey continues the play as well, gets himself open downfield, and they're able to pick up 14 yards and move the chains again.
Through 35 career games, Chubb's rushed for over 2,500 yards. Only 5 other players have done that since 1970. Their right side is Berkey, and he is going to be dropped by Alex Kaiser at the 12-yard line, a gain of 3.
Nice play by the outside linebacker to make a one-on-one tackle against Berkey, but more importantly, Berkey gets his job done for the Cardinals as he picks up 3 yards and keeps the clock running.
Again, through 35 career games, Chubb has rushed for over 2,500 yards, topping 5.1 yards per carry. 5 other players have done that since 1970 before Chubb. Name those 5 players. Send your email to scott@wtgr.com. And Hayes going to keep it on the quarterback keeper. He went middle. Now he bounces it out to the outside. And he's got a 12-yard touchdown run for the New Bremen Cardinals. Mitchell Hayes able to punch it in from 12 yards out with 6:36 remaining here in our ball game, and the Cardinals with a 35-7 advantage.
He has been a bright spot tonight for the Cardinals. 13 carries so far this evening, 146 yards, and a pair of touchdowns for the senior quarterback. He's also played on the defensive side of the ball, and he's also thrown the ball 10 of 16 tonight.
The extra point is going to be up and good by the New Bremen's Owen Gable. 36-7 our score, 6:36 remaining in the ball game on Tiger Country WTGR. We're back here at New Bremen. Cardinals with a 36-7 advantage on the High Camp Spray Foam scoreboard. They go 9 plays and 65 yards, a 12-yard touchdown run by Mitchell Hayes. 5:13 off the clock, and the extra point was good, making it 36-7. Set to kick off for the Cardinals is Hunter Schaefer. Tees it up at the 40 and going right to left on your radio dial. Short end over end. It'll go to McEldowney far side. He fields it at the 12 to the short side of the field. 20, 25, 30, 35, and that's where he's going to be brought down for the Versailles Tigers.
Nice return by McEldowney. The Tigers go back to the return they'd run throughout the course of the evening. They're able to pick up 16 yards on the return, but more importantly, much better starting field position as the Tigers are at the 34 of the Cardinals.
Through 35 career games, Nick Chubb for the Browns has rushed for over 2,500 yards while topping 5.1 yards per carry. Only 5 others have done that since 1970. Who are they? And now we've got a timeout going to be called. The New Bremen Cardinals will look like there was a little bit of confusion. You could hear the coaches down to our right hollering with that confusion. They will burn what is, I think, the final timeout. Looks like they have one remaining according to the scoreboard. 36-7 now that it is their final timeout. We'll keep it here. 6:31 remaining in the ball game, and the Tigers have it 1st and 10. This is the point you just want to get something successful for Versailles, trailing 36-7. But and move the ball and see what you can take positive out of this to finish the game, to get yourself into the bye week and into your first playoff game.
And the night on a positive note. I completely agree with you on that note, Scott. And the Cardinals have now taken out the majority of their first-team defense is no longer on the field.
Tigers leave their first-team offense out there. By the way, there are no other Browns on this list of 5 other players that have had those numbers. Bay from the shotgun again, wide receiver left side. They've got double tight end for the Tigers. And one back in the backfield. Turn, they'll give it to Jack Osborne. He'll bust it off left side, and he's got room across the 45. And they will mark him out at the 48-yard line. Jack Osborne with the carry.
14 yards for Jack Osborne on the play as he moves the chains for the Tigers.
And 1st and 10 for Versailles. They mark it at the 48-yard line. 6:11 and counting remaining here in the ball game. Noah McEldowney into the ball game, goes in motion. They'll give it to Osborne up the middle, and he's able to get to the Cardinal 44-yard line, and a nice first down carry for the Tigers.
It's like he's going to pick up 7 yards, but the Tigers have a player down.
And I can't see who that is exactly. Early in the first half,
Tim had wondered how long the Cross County Conference had been in existence. 1978. Thank you, David Meyer, for telling us the Cross County Conference started in 1978. The final games are being played tonight in the CCC, and going for the championship, the Tri-Village Patriots and the Fort Laramie Redskins. It's our WTGR.com game tonight, with a replay going on tomorrow at 1 o'clock live here on the radio. And let's see what we've got. That was a halftime. It's still halftime, 34-29. The Patriots with the lead. Another CCC score, Ansonia leading Tri-County North 22-21. We're unable to see who the injured Tiger is. I feel like it's Titus.
Yep, it is Titus Garrett, number 44, sophomore fullback. And he's got a left ankle that he is holding up and in some major pain. Taryn Tile is going to come out, and I think with that they see right there, Coach Jones says, we need to get our starters out of the ball game.
Taryn Tile just picked up Titus Garrett and carried him off the field.
As we see numerous other white jerseys on the field. And I think the sign right there shows that. We've not got the correct answer yet for our trivia question. And in the quarterback position for the Tigers, Connor Stonebreaker. He's got Thompson off to his right, turns and gives it to Thompson. He's off left side, up the middle, and he'll drag a Cardinal with him inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line, a gain of 16 for Gabe Thompson.
Nice run by Thompson on first down as he moves the chains again for the Tigers. And as Scott mentioned, just try to build something positive here as week number 6 comes to a close. Jared DeMange remaining on the field for the Tigers, one of the lone starters still out there for Versailles.
Stonebreaker from the shotgun again, 2 wide receivers each way. He's going to give this one to Thompson again. He hits the hole quickly up the middle, but he will be stopped at what looks to be the 27-yard line, a gain of 2.
Tigers just running the ball between the tackles here on the last 2 plays.
Gabe Thompson with the carry again. A lot of different jerseys out there for the orange and black.
Do we have any winners yet?
No. We've only had 2 guesses, surprisingly. And Stonebreaker puts a man in motion. That's Noah McEldown on the near side. They're going to give this one to Max Garrett, who's into the ball game. He'll sidestep one Cardinal. He'll get to the 25-yard line, a gain of 2 for Max Garrett.
Tigers getting a few more players in here on a Friday night.
Noah McEldown in. Also up on the line, we see number 72, junior Carson Arden. Number 79, sophomore Jared Lyons. 76 is Austin Nerdeman, a senior. Wide receiver 82, Caleb Kaiser, will go split out far left. Garrett, Max, the tailback. Connor Stonebreaker, the quarterback. And they'll fake the handoff. Connor drops back, throws across the middle. He had Jared DeMange open, let him too much. And it's incomplete, and it brings up a 4th and 6 with 4:06 remaining in the ball game.
Connor has a strong arm, but he took a hit there in the pocket, unable to connect with Jared DeMange running that slant in from the wide side of the field.
Also on the field, Carter Luthman, a junior for the Tigers. Again, no Browns are on this list that is remaining. And Stonebreaker drops back on a 4th down. Throws it near side to Noah McEldowney, but he's going to be short. And he will get just 1 yard. Noah McEldowney on the catch. And the Tigers will turn it over on downs with an even 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. New Bremen will have it for their 3rd time here in the second half.
And something that as a sophomore, you hope that Connor will then start to look beyond the chains on those kind of situations and recognize that Noah was covered up, did not have an opportunity to pick up the first down there.
Coldwater, a 40-0 win over the Anna Rockets. Final score there. Still looking for some correct guesses. Let's see who the quarterback is for the Cardinals. They're going to hand it off. This one will be to the running back of number 45, and that is going to be Colton Mueller. Muther with the carry. Colton Muther, a junior, on the carry.
Tiger defense does a nice job stepping up and stopping him for no gain.
Tigers again off next week. And they're at home for the first round of the playoffs. They'll take on either Batavia Northeastern or Preble Shawnee. Bring a man in motion to the near side. That's number 7, Josiah Condon. He breaks it to the near side. Condon is going to be brought down across the 40, maybe right at the 40. Didn't see which Tiger brought him down, but Condon able to get out to the 41-yard line for the New Bremen Cardinals.
16-yard gain for the Cardinals. Their 10th first down of the half. A nice run there by Condon. Another senior for this Cardinal.
A couple other substitutions coming in. Braden Suchlin will check in for the Cardinals. Our quarterback is number 5, David Holman, a sophomore. A turn, hands this one off to the back once again of Muther, and he will get up to the 46-yard line, a gain of 5.
Nice run by Colton. Able to pick up 5 yards there between the tackles.
Still looking for that correct answer. Send it to Scott at WTGR.com. 1, 2. Well, one of my answers has 2 correct answers.
That's not 5.
I know, but we may have to go with 2. And New Bremen using all the time. They'll hand this one to Condon, and Jared Thacker brings him down in the backfield, back at the 40-yard line. He'll lose 6 yards on that.
Jared Thacker, one of the seniors for the Tigers, makes a nice play in there at defensive end. On the left side, on the right side, Carl Kelch has come into the game for Versailles.
36-7. Boy, if somebody can get 3, they will be a winner. Possibly. And let's see here. Nope. We'll delete that one. Scott at WTGR.com. Wide receiver goes each way. 1:35 remaining in the ball game. And they'll turn, hand this one off. And breaking one tackle is going to be Hunter Schaefer. Breaks the tackle of the Tigers, Jared Lyons. But it'll bring up 4th and 10.
Ryan Knapke also in the game for, that was Jared Lyons, but Ryan Knapke is in the game as well at defensive tackle. Pickup of 1 on the play.
So most likely, if they can not get 10 yards, it'll be the final play for the New Bremen Cardinals. Now they're going to bring, they were going to bring 4 in and then pulled them back. Blaine Schrader was set to come in, a senior. And I think they're just going to go ahead and take a delay of game. They did not have any timeouts remaining, so it'll be a delay of game. And now they'll bring the punting unit out. So our question again, as I've got somebody wanting to repeat the question, Nick Chubb, through 35 games, has rushed for over 2,500 yards, while topping 5.1 yards per carry. There have been 5 other players that have done that before Chubb since 1970. Name them. We'll get as many as we can. Noah McEldowney will receive this punt back at the 28-yard line for the Versailles Tigers with 36 seconds remaining in the ball game. And the Tigers will come out one more time. They're going to fall to 4-2. And the Cardinals will improve to 4-2. Stonebreaker will come back in at that quarterback position. Near side, it's Peyton Plattfoot. Stonebreaker going to turn, gives it to Gabe Thompson. Gabe up the middle, and he is going to be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Nice pickup on first down for Gabe. Give him a 5-yard carry.
And Tigers will not have to run another if they choose not to.
Looks like they're going to run one more here. and they will look like to get it off. Stonebreaker does get it off, hands it off to Max Garrett. Max tried to break a tackle, he gets to 35. He'll get 1 yard, and that will be our ball game. The Versailles Tigers fall on the road to the New Bremen Cardinals by a final score of 36-7. The Cardinals will head into their playoffs with a win. They will play either Lehman Catholic or I forget who else they told us. They'll play a in the postseason. They get a first-round bye. And for the Versailles Tigers, they'll have a first-round bye. Both teams heading in with a 4-2 record. We'll take a break. Coming up, it's your Park National Bank postgame show. We'll also get you a trivia question and find out who our winner is as well. Tigers fall on the road at